Hello guys. So we are very close to the new Kabbalistic year that will happen on the 10th on the 11th of September. And so we have a month, 4 weeks, in which we want to be very concentrated and centered to grow our vessel, to clear our, like the surrounding energy, our surrounding energy from all the veils, all the negativity, all the blockages that we might have gathered around us because of different reaction and behaviors. So this week is the first week of the month of Virgo, in which we are doing like Virgo, looking into the depth of and the details of the change that we need to do. And this chapter is called Shoftim, which means judges. We're supposed to put the judges on all the openings that we have, to pay attention how we are looking at life, how we are listening to our environment, and how do we speak. We need to triple, 10 times more pay attention of those, information absorber or information producer, um, because everything that happened this month is very delicate, or it will glue to us more negativity, or we will be able to clear from our way more negativity. And the whole goal of this month effectively is to clear as much as we can all type of negativity that might block me from receiving endless light and more light this year than the last year. So before I speak about the work, I want you to imagine for 1 second, close your eyes and imagine to yourself, what are the blessings that you would like to have in your life, not based on the last year? If everything can be given to you, what do you wish for yourself? What are the things that you wish the most? You can do a list, can imagine, and then write them down, okay? But then what happens? What happens when you got a phone call with the bad news, or someone really upsetted you, or insulted you, or something happened with the government that made you upset and confused? What happened now with your imagination? Where does it take you? So what you can see is the same power of imagination can be directed in two ways. It can help us to create an elevated reality or a destructive reality. This koach medame, it calls in Hebrew. Koach medame is like imagining power, can create it. It's like a holy power that can bring to manifestation negative reality or light reality. It depends, how do I use my imagining power? If every time that something negative is happening, it can happen again. One time, a person annoyed me, an information that arrived that didn't make me so happy or even worried, or something they say on the news, cancellation of flights, and am I getting worried just from one word or from one situation? I need to really pay attention, especially now, this week, that I'm not allowing myself to develop a whole story, a whole drama around one thing that happened. Even it could be whatever it is, yes, that could be scary. I'm conscious, but I want to be really careful not to create, not to fall into the the amplifying drama that is being like told in my head. Because many times when it happens, we are capturing ourselves in fear and worries and pain and sadness that are not real. They are a result of the story that I've been telling to myself in my mind, but not based on the real thing that happened or the one thing that happened. The other thing that we want to remind ourselves, that the truth is that everything is good. So it means that even it would be a challenge, it should bring me to a better place. So if I get caught in the drama, I'm losing also the opportunity for this to get for this situation to bring me to the best situation that it can bring, and to the good and the miracles that can come from this. So in one hand, I don't want to get caught in the drama, so I will not I will not leave the drama. But on the other hand, I want to use this energy and that moment to create a reality that is powerful, that is a miracle, that is prosper, that is beautiful. Yes. So no matter what happened, pay attention that you are not wasting this imagining power to lose it into creating negativity. But whatever it is, you pause and you are just like creating, forcing yourself, using your imagination, like in the beginning of this video. What do I want? What beautiful things can come out of it? I decide. Remember, we are the cause. Each one of you is the cause. So we decide. That imagining power, it's a power that brings to manifestation. It's not just according to what happened. Okay? You're not an effect of what happened. You are the cause. So the first thing, so as we said, it's the imagining power that I want to be careful to use it in a way that it will create the good and the beautiful things in our life, and the wanting things, and not the destructive way that can happen. Because everything that happened, we want to remember that it's good for us. That's the truth. So even if it seems, but it is depending on us how it's gonna develop. Okay, if it's gonna be good, so-called good or so-called bad, it really depends on us how we are gonna translate, and what story we are gonna tell around that one event that happened. Okay, so yeah. Now, what another thing that happens because of that every time that I am falling into the drama stories, I'm losing the power to create the miracle stories, the prosper stories. Okay, so again, we want to protect our imagining power, not to be wasted on creating negativity, so I will be able to create more good in my life. The other thing that I want to pay attention, that we want to pay attention, as we said, like we are in the month of Virgo, and it's a period, like Michael Berg also shared in the meeting we had in the beginning of the weekend. I highly suggest you to watch it if you didn't. Yes, that in this month we can come back, we can go back, draw back the situations that happened in the past, in which there is like a damage, okay, like a lack of connection, and to go back and to collect all those situations, and to get like a second chance, kind, as the Rav Berg used to call it, come back in time, okay? To come back in time. So, to return to the future, I'm sorry. To return to the future, yeah? So you go back in time, you remember all the situation, and you get second chance to behave in those occasions in a different way, in a corrected way. Okay, so the big mistake that Michael Berg is precising, the big mistake we are doing many times is that we think to ourselves that we've done enough, I'm doing enough, I'm okay, I'm amazing. And what happened is that many times because of that, we lose opportunities of sharing our light, because like through our life, yeah, we are approaching Rosh Hashanah, we're gonna have an occasion to have a new vessel. Yes, every Rosh Hashanah have a new, like the new year, the Kabbalistic new year. As a human, we have the possibility to have a new vessel, to be able to reveal more light than we revealed the last year. So we don't want to stay the same, because if I arrive to Rosh Hashanah at the same level, to the same amount of sharing that I've done, or restriction that I've done, or effort that I've done, so nothing have changed in my vessel. So I want to push myself to correct more, to share more, to change more, to go out of my comfort zone in a higher way, because I want my vessel this year to be much bigger so it can contain much more light. Okay? To be able to do that, I need to look what I didn't do enough, what I still need to correct. I want to look in it. This is why the Virgo, yes, to look into the details and check myself. What else can I change? What else can I do? How can I do more? Okay? Because doing more is not just like to tire us. Yes, the contrary. The light cannot force its light into the vessel. If there is no place in the vessel, the light cannot come in. So if I want to have more, I must or share or change or make an effort, like break the walls of my vessel, enlarge them, stretch them. Every stretch is difficult, right? But it's good. This stretch, we are afraid sometimes to say something. We are afraid to put ourselves in an uncomfortable situation, to push ourselves to take a commitment that we might be afraid that we won't be able to do that, or maybe to share something I shared already last year, right? But if I want to increase my vessel, this is the time, especially in the month of Virgo, that I want to look how can I stretch my sharing, my doing, my effort, going out of the comfort zone. How am I stretching the borders of my vessel? So when I get to Rosh Hashanah, to the new Kabbalistic year, the amount of light that I will be able to contain will be much, much bigger than what I managed to contain the last year. Okay, so you can also look back through the last year. If you remember occasions that you had an opportunity, maybe you thought to yourself, oh, I should share here, but you didn't do it. Okay, so remember those things and ask for a second chance, so you can find ways to go out of yourself, to share more, to change more, and make and stretch your vessel in a more important way. I just want to read the last thing. I would like to read a paragraph from the Zohar to get the strength to be able to sorry to use our imagining power in the right way, to create more light and not more darkness. So I'm reading verse 13 in portion Shoftim. והמי בגרמין יתיר מבשרה וגידין ומשכחה, בגין דגרמי נון חיוורין וכתיבה או כמה לה השתמודה אלא מגו חיוורון. כגוונה דאורייתא דאי חיוורו מלגאו וחם מלבר. וחם וחיוור חושך ואור ואת חושך תכלת דיתמר, בי גם חושך לא יחשיך ממך. ותכלת הוקם יהיו נוקבה לגבי חיוורו. ולא עוד, אלא דגופה על גרמי עתיד למיקם ובגינדה, דזכרוי וחבורוי חקוקין על גרמי דילי, ואם יזכה יקום גופה על גרמי דילי, ואי לאו לה יקום ולה יהלה מתחיית המתים. I'm wishing you a great week. Be focused, especially this month, more than any other month, because it's really a very important work. We're going to share more in the new moon on Wednesday evening, more tools, more Zohar reading, more material, and of course, consciousness that will guide us through the month. So I'm wishing you really all the best, a very powerful month. Pay attention.